So I want you to put your knees down on the floor, and then you're going to put your forearms down on the floor, but you want your shoulders to be slightly behind your elbows. So your elbows going to be slightly forward, and you don't want to sit on your heels. You want your glutes to be in the air. You can fully rest your head down if you want. And then we're going to take a few breaths here. So you want to take a nice and deep breath in through your nose. And then really gentle, slow exhale through your mouth. Keeping your head nice and relaxed. When you breathe in, think about you want to bring some air in your upper back, the area between your shoulder blades. So you're going to take a nice and deep breath in. And when you exhale, think about you want to tiny bit engage your core. So exhale and pull your lower abdominals towards your lower back. And we're going to spend here about a minute. Breathe in through your nose. And with every breath, think about you want to round a little bit your lower back. So lower back is not straight. You want to make it a little bit rounded. Exhale. Pull your rib cage towards your spine. And again, breathe in through your nose. Keep the tension in your abs. Breathe out through your mouth. Few more here. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Keep your head nice and relaxed. When you breathe out, think about you pushing your arms against the floor a little bit. So you're opening your upper back, you're spreading your shoulder blades apart. Few breaths here. Breathe in again. Breathe out. With every inhale, think about you breathing into your upper back and upper chest. Neck stay nice and relaxed. Lower back gets rounded. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then you're going to rest a little bit. So you can stretch your arms. Keep your spine rounded. So if you round your spine and then gently sit back towards your heels. Keep arms straight. Head nice and relaxed between your arms. Make sure your spine is nice and rounded. Few breaths here. 1 more time. And then you're going to gently go up on your hands and knees. You're going to bring your hands just under your shoulders. And your knees going to be just under your hips. And I want you to fully relax your chest and your belly down. So think about you drop your belly button towards the floor, drop your chest down. So your spine is going to get curved in the lower back area. You're going to have your shoulder blades filling there together. So just fully relax. And then in that position, I want you to fully relax your abs. You still hold tension. So I want you to try to focus and relax. And then from here, we're going to start with tilting the pelvis forward, so posterior tilt, trying to push the tailbone down. Belly button is going up towards our spine. And do it with a breathing. So if you feel stuck, take nice and deep breath in. Exhale, pull your tailbone in, belly button towards your rib cage. And again, really gently start rounding your back, but make sure you try to do it from your hips up towards your neck. And then once you feel like your shoulder blades are apart, try to lift your head forward. So nice rounded upper back. And then we want to lift the head forward and look forward. And I want you to breathe in here. When you breathe out, try to engage your core. Exhale all the air from your lower abs. Tie that area. Look forward if you can, but make sure there's no pressure in your neck. Hold it there for one more full breath. Looking good. And then from here, you're going to slowly start dropping your belly button down towards the floor. So keep that upper back nice and rounded, just moving your pelvis. Try to use each segment of your spine, slowly relaxing. So you're gonna start to relax your mid back, then upper back. And then you're gonna drop even your head down. So you want to look between your hands. You're gonna feel like your shoulder blades are together. And again, relax your abs. You don't want to keep tension here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, we're gonna try to flex our spine. So we're gonna try again to push pelvis forward. Breathe in, breathe out when you need it. Rounding your lower back first, then your middle back. If you feel stuck, stop for a second. Use your breath to help you. Breathe in, breathe out. You're gonna start feeling that you're rounding your upper back. Help with your arms to push yourself a little bit higher, but not too much. You want your chest to be still pointing forward. And then lift your head if you can. So nice rounded upper back. Head forward like you're a very curious cat. You want to see what's going on around you. Breathe in here. Breathe out. You're going to place the forearms, but you're going to turn your hands up and you're going to place your forearms again slightly forward than your shoulders. And again, you want your hips to be nice and high. You want to round your lower back again. Think about pelvis pushing towards your upper body. Rest your head down again and let's do 2 more breaths. You might feel a little bit of tension in your shoulders, but once we get off this position, shoulders will feel better. So breathe in here. Feel your upper back and upper chest with lots of air. Breathe out. Tense your core. So think about pulling your lower abdominals towards your lower rib cage, pelvis pushing forward. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more time. Breathe in, breathe out, and then relax. If you have a pillow or cushion or blanket under your knees, you can remove that away now. And then you're going to position your hands just slightly wider than your shoulders. You're going to bring your toes in. You're going to keep your knees nice and soft. You want to round your lower back a little bit. And then really gently going to start pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. And you're going to push your arms away from the floor. So you want to feel like your arms pushing that floor away from you. You might need to step slightly forward with your feet. And just make sure your knees stay bent. Don't extend your knees. You don't want to feel pressure in your hamstrings and calves. If you can go all the way down with your heels against the floor, go for it. But make sure your knees stay slightly bent. Take nice and deep breath in here. You can move through your feet so your feet can pedal. Lifting your hips nice and high. Breathing in, breathing out. Think about you keeping that lower abdominals nice and engaged. And you want to have nice and strong upper body. You don't rest against your arms, Arms actively pushing the floor away from you. Few more reps here. And I want you to stop with heels down against the floor. Don't worry if you can't reach it. Push a little bit higher with your arms. So you're gonna lift your upper body towards the ceiling. And then you're gonna bend your knees a little bit more, heels down against the floor. We're gonna hold it here for 2 breaths. When you breathe in, think about bringing air in your upper back again. Breathe in. Chest is filling with air as well. Breathe out. Engage your core. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly relax on your knees. You can sit against your heels or you can stay nice and upright. Good. So you're going to sit on your heels or you can stand up if you feel like your legs need a little bit of stretch. That's absolutely fine. You don't need to be on your knees. You're going to bring your left arm in front of you. You're going to gently pull your arm with your right arm. Nice one. And you're going to look towards your left. And you're going to swap sides. So you're going to bring your right arm in front of you. You're going to take a nice and deep breath in here. Exhale and look towards your right. Nice one. That's perfect. Good. So you're going to go down on your floor again. We're going to do a few more holding positions. So you want to place your hands just under your shoulders again, knees under your hips, a nice straight line here and here. Make sure your elbows are slightly bent. And think about you pressing into your fingertips and the middle of your hands against the floor, not your wrists. We're going to take a nice and deep breath in here. We're going to exhale and tilt the pelvis posteriorly. So you want to bring that belly button slightly up towards your rib cage. You're going to lift your head slightly so you're able to see the front of your mat. You don't want to look down. You want to lift and look forward. And we're going to take a nice and deep breath in here. And when we exhale, we're going to stretch just one arm. Doesn't matter which one. You want to reach forward with one arm. Turn your hand in, spread your fingers, and reach the ceiling with your tongue. We're going to take a nice and deep breath in on the way down. And when we exhale, we're going to swap arms. You want to keep that position nice and strong. You don't want to lean to the opposite side. You want to keep your body central. And then we're going to go slowly down. We're going to breathe in again, reaching forward. Breathe out. Engage your abs. And then slowly going down. One more time. Change sides. Breathe in. Breathe out on the top. And then slowly going down. You're going to work now with your legs. So nice and strong with your arms. Think about pelvis staying neutral. So you kind of like not tilting back or forward. And you don't want your hips to move. So you're going to really slowly start pushing one leg away from you. Stretch that leg. Keeping your abs nice and tight, looking good. And then slowly go forward. I'm going to need to move a little bit. I don't have space for my legs. And let's do the other side. So make sure you don't lean to your holding leg. So if you stretch your right leg, think about your right arm is working nice and hard to keep you central. One more time, each side. Breathe in. Breathe out on the top. Nice and tall. One more time. Breathe in. Make sure you don't collapse with your back here. You don't rest your chest. Nice one. And then rest. Sit back again, slightly curve, flex your spine so there is no Really straight back and then stretch back. Rest your head down, few breaths here. And now we're gonna do the opposite. So we're gonna lay down on our back. If you feel like your neck is very stiff, maybe you put your blanket or pillow under your head if you want. If you feel like you've got a really stiff lower back, maybe put a little blanket under your lower back. You want your feet to be narrow and you want your heels to be really in line with your knees. So you want your heels to be in line with your knees, and then you're gonna lay down on your back. You're gonna reach the ceiling with your hands. And think about you reaching your arms from your back. So separate your shoulder blades apart and reach up. We're gonna take a nice and deep breath in here. We're gonna exhale. Draw your rib cage down towards your pelvis and slightly tilt your pelvis. So you want your glutes to be tiny bit off the floor, just like you're able to slide your hands under your glutes. That's it. But like lower back stays on the floor. You don't want to lift your lower back. Take a nice and deep breath in, another breath in, and think about you filling your chest up with your air, not your belly. Breathing in. And when you breathe out, reach the ceiling with your arms. You might find that your shoulders are rounding, your head maybe wants to lift up, so let your chin go up. Breathe in again. Breathe out and reach higher. You feel like your lower back is rounding, that's absolutely fine. We don't want a straight back here. Breathe in again. Reach the ceiling again. Keep reaching even when you inhale. Just make sure there's no tension in your neck. Try to relax your head. Breathe in again. Breathe out, reach the ceiling one more time. Last breath. Breathe in again. Breathe out. And relax. Relax your arms down. I want you to keep your left foot down on the floor and just bring your right knee towards you. So you want to just hold that right knee towards you. Nice and relaxed. 2 breaths here. And then gently swap. So you're going to grab your left knee, put the right foot down on the floor. Again, 2 breaths here, breathing in through your nose. When you breathe out, pull that knee gently towards your chest. One more time. Very good. Put your feet down on the floor. And make sure your feet are slightly forward this time. They're not very close to your glutes. You want to rest your arms against the floor. And again, you want to think about you have a little posterior tilt in your pelvis. So if you put your fingers on your hip bones and literally just push this down towards the floor and think about you want to lift your glutes up towards the ceiling a little bit. And then put the arms down on the floor and gently lift your glutes up. So you start lifting your hips higher. You want to think about your knees are pushing forward and your hips are going up. Make sure you don't create an arch in your lower back, so you're still keeping that posterior tilt. Chin can be slightly up towards the ceiling, chest up towards your chin. We're holding here and we're breathing. And I want you to think about your toes are nice and relaxed. You're not squeezing the floor with your toes. Your big toes are down on the floor. You're pushing the them down. You're keeping your arms against the floor and actively pushing the floor with your arms. Fingertips on the floor. We're holding for another 10 seconds. If you're squeezing your glutes too hard, try to relax your glutes and let your hamstrings work as well. So think about, you want to pull the floor towards you, even if you're not physically moving your feet. So you're trying to pull the mat with your heels towards you. And again, if you're squeezing too hard your glutes, try to relax your glutes a little bit. You're going to start feeling your backside of flex working. And now I want you to imagine you got a ball between your knees and you want to squeeze that ball hard for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly going down, lowering your mid back, your lower back, and your glutes. Nice one. Bring both knees towards you. Hug your knees. And let's relax here for a minute. You're going to take a nice and deep breath in. You're going to exhale. And again, nice long inhale. A nice long exhale. And don't rush to take another inhale. Wait for your body to ask you for another inhale. So exhale as long as you can. Close your mouth if you want. And just keep waiting for the next inhale. Don't rush. Try to keep your shoulders and neck nice and relaxed. Two more breaths here. Nice long inhale. Nice and calm exhale. Hold it here. Wait for your next inhale. Nice and long exhale. And then really slowly release your knees. And I want you to put the sole of your feet together. And then you put your feet down on the floor. Knees gonna fall to the sides. And you can place your hands around your abdominals or maybe around your hips, whatever feels comfortable for you. There could be a little gap between your lower back and the mat, that's fine. If you're strong enough and you're able to stack your pelvis and rib cage together, maybe you can try to close that gap, but you don't have to. Make sure it's not painful around your lower back. We're gonna take about 3-4 breaths here, so close to a minute again. And again, if your hands are around your abdominals, try to bring a bit more air into your chest instead of your abs. So when you're breathing in, think about you filling your lungs with lots of air. And then when you breathe out, nice long exhale, you're gonna feel like your abdominals falling down and engaging. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then use your hands to bring your legs together. And you're going to do the opposite. You're going to put the feet wider. Maybe put them like in line with your mat. And then drop your knees in. The knees together, feet a little bit wider, just a few breaths here, just to make sure that hips are not pulling us very intense anymore. 2 breaths here. One more time. Nice one. And now we're going to start waking up our body again. So you're going to bring your knees close to you. You can round your shoulders, lift your head off the floor, and gently move back and forward. You can do it nice and slow. If that feels uncomfortable for you today, you can stay down here. Just bring your forehead towards your knees and hold it there. If you want, you can back and forward all the way up to seated position. Choose what works for you. You don't have to go up and down if that feels uncomfortable. But if it feels nice, just go for it. And then I will invite you to go to seated position, maybe reach arms up. And again, bring your arms around your knees and go back and forward again. And then you can go seated position with arms up, or you can try to go up on your feet and go into dip squat position. You don't have to if you can't do it. Just work with your own tempo. Few more here. And then with the next one, I want you to get into seated position. So you're gonna sit. Make sure you got a little bit of space in front of you. You wanna bring your feet up and your knees are bent, and you're gonna rest your chest towards your thighs. If you're flexible enough, you can stretch a little bit your legs and go down, but just make sure there is no pressure on your back or on your shoulders. You're kind of nice and relaxed here. So you're gonna hold that position for a few breaths. And again, because we're restricting breathing in front, you want to try to breathe into your back. So you're gonna take a nice and deep breath in. Think about you filling your shoulders and your upper back with lots of air. And when you breathe out, think about you drawing your ribcage down, engaging your abs. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice one. You're gonna stretch your legs. And if you feel uncomfortable in that position, grab your pillow or blanket and sit on top of it. So you're slightly higher. You don't have to, but you can take it. Straight legs, feet pointing up. And you want to grab your left leg and you're going to push across your right. So your foot is nice and flat on the floor. I'll change. Show you. So foot is nice and flat. You don't want your foot to be turned to one side. You want your toes to be down on the floor, the inside and outside as well. Heel is on the floor. And then you're gonna hold that knee with the opposite hand. So you want nice and gentle pull towards your chest. And then from there, you're gonna start looking towards your left, bringing your left arm behind you and reaching back. Gently looking towards your left. Few more seconds here. And then you're going to swap just your arms, keep your legs where they are. So you're going to hold that knee with the opposite arm, and you're going to look towards your right. Nice one. Slowly to the middle. Stretch the other leg. Bring the other one on the other side. Hold it again. So you're gonna hold this time your right leg with your left arm. And you're gonna look to one side. And you're gonna swap sides. So you're gonna bring the other arm forward, hugging your knee, and look towards your left. Nice one, good. Slowly release. Have some water if you need, and then we're gonna get up. Remove a little bit more. When you're here, maybe on the spot, bending one knee, stretching the other leg, just to get a little bit of movement in your hips. And then if you want, put your hands around your hip bones, find your hip bones with your fingers. And I want you to bend your left leg, and you're gonna feel how your right hip going slightly higher. If that's not happening, maybe guide it with your hand a little bit. So think about you going slightly up. And then you're gonna do the other side. So you're gonna bend the other leg and guiding the opposite hip to move a little bit up. It might be tricky for one side, maybe for both. Just nice and gentle. Don't worry what's happening with your back. Your back might be rounding a little bit. You might feel like your hips, glutes going slightly up. That's absolutely fine. Just few more here. Bend one knee, stretch the other leg, get a little bit of movement in your hips. Good. One more on each side. Nice one. And I'm gonna face you again. Think about this time you're shifting hips side to side, literally like pushing to one side and then to the other. Trying to keep your feet down again the floor and push as much as you can. Again, you might find one side harder than the other. I feel like my right side is really tight. Left feels a bit more comfortable. Good, just one more on each side. And I will ask you to step forward with your right foot. And then left is behind you, but make sure both feet are in a straight line. You don't want to turn toes out. You want to keep feet forward. Pretend that you're going to be walking. Nice one. Slightly soften your right knee. So your right knee is a little bit soft, but don't lean forward. You're staying nice and tall here. And you're going to bring your upper body rotating to the left. Rotate as much as you can, and maybe open your left arm behind you. So you're going to stretch that left arm behind you as much as you can. So right is going to be nice and straight towards left, and then right is going to be behind you. If you can do that, if not, just work with your own tempo. I'm going to bring both arms forward. So right arm going to go forward, and left actually going to stay to the side. And again, we're going to do a nice gentle rotation to the left. So we're going to rotate, 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 rotate. And if you feel stuck, maybe try to use your breath. Maybe breathe in, breathe out. See if you can have a little bit more range of movement. And you're going to go all the way forward. Good. I'm going to swap sides. So you're going to step forward with your left leg. Right is behind you again, straight line, slightly soften the right knee. Bring your, left knee. Bring your left arm in front of you, and then the right to the side. And we're going to twist to the opposite side. So we're going to be rotating towards the right, breathing in, breathing out. Usually rotation to right is harder. So if you feel it's hard, it's not just you, it's quite common. And then bring yourself to the front. Again, breathe in, breathe out, rotate to the right. Nice one. Slowly going forward. One more time. Nice one. And then you can rest. Shake your legs, shake your arms. And now we're gonna be a little bit faster with the moves. So we're gonna go into squat position, but we wanna do a few fast squats. So you don't want to go really low. You're gonna bring your pelvis forward. So think about push your abdominals in. Lower back is slightly rounded or a little bit flatter. And you're gonna just go up and down, up and down. Work with your own tempo. You don't need to be going really low. Just think about you pushing through your feet on the way up, breathing in, breathing out. We'll do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest your arms. And then you're gonna go into split stance. So we're gonna step forward with right foot first, left behind. Slightly lift your left heel off the floor. Or bending both knees. Again, you don't need to go all the way down. So we're gonna go 10, arms forward on the way down, and then arms down on the way up. Good. 8, 7, good. Work with your own range of movement. Make sure both knees are bending. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time. Good. And then swap sides. So you're going to step forward with your left leg right behind. Not too high with the right heel. Left knee bend. We're going down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep working, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet together. Knees slightly soft on both legs. Arms nice and strong. We want to kind of bounce on the spot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice one. Good. Have water if you need. And then once you're ready, I want you to bring your feet together. You will need a length on your mat. So if you want to move, you don't have to be actually on the mat, but if you want to be on the mat, you need a length on each side. You're going to go wider with the feet. So you're going to take a nice and deep breath in. And I'll ask you to maybe try to jump and see how wide you can go with your feet. If you're scared to jump or if you have some injuries, you don't have to jump. You can just step to the side. So you're going to jump and stay in the position you kind of landed in. The only thing I want you to adjust is bring both feet straight. So if your toes are naturally going to the side, just bring them slightly in. Nice one. So what we're going to do, hands around our hips again. So we're going to try to shift to one side and bend that knee. So we're going to shift to left, bend the left knee and trying to sit behind that. Pretend that there is a chair behind your left glute. You want to sit there. You might need to lean slightly forward, that's fine. We're going to breathe into the middle. We're going to breathe and sit to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. If you want, you can reach forward with both arms or maybe with the opposite arm. Up to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. And if you feel comfortable and confident in this, you can go a little bit faster. If it feels quite tough, go slowly. Work with your own range of movement. You want to be shifting weight side to side and pushing hips away from your back. Good. Just a few more here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and stay here. We're gonna hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going nice and tall. Turn your left foot out. Bring both arms up. So they're going to be nice and high level with your shoulders. Think about your arms as strong. It's like you're pushing something heavy down towards the floor. You're not relaxed. Strong arms. You're going to look towards your left foot, left hand. Nice one. And you're going to slowly bend the left knee. And you want to sit low. If you feel like you're not in the right stand, maybe go a little bit wider or maybe a little bit narrow. See where you feel strong. Hold it here. Keep looking towards your left fingertips. Nice one. We're going to take a nice and deep breath in here. When we exhale, the arm going towards our thigh or all the way down to the floor. Look up. Breathe. Hold it here. Make sure you're nice and strong with your back leg. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Going all the way up. Reach nice and high with your arms. Turn your left foot in. Turn your right foot out. Spread your arms, looking towards your right. And again, nice and strong. Bend that right knee a little bit. Check with your position. You might need to change a little bit your stance. And then from here, take nice and deep breath in. Your arm going towards your thigh or down to the floor and looking up. Hold it here. Nice one. Keep holding. 1 out of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slowly going all the way up with your arms, both feet pointing forward, and then jump in or step in with your feet. Good. Staying where you are. I'll just turn so you can see. I want you to slouch and really relax your shoulders and head. You'll find it like you feel like, you know, that kind of a posture everyone says is really bad for us, but I want you to get into that posture. Really relax your upper shoulders, relax your neck. You'll feel like your chest is slightly sinking in. And then from here, with your own breath, when you exhale, trying to slowly go down. Keep your arms slightly forward, but arms are nice and relaxed. They're like a rope. Think about you want to round your neck. You want to round your upper back, which is quite easy for everyone. Keep knees soft. You want to round that mid back if you can. And the hardest is to actually round the lower back. So think about you spend maybe a little bit more time here. I have a problem with my lower back to get a little bit rounded, but working on that. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly going down. Keep knees slightly soft. Stop when you feel stuck. Maybe take another deep breath in. Breathe out. Hold it again. Make sure you don't feel extreme stretch in your legs. You want to feel like you're relaxing here. If you feel that you're too low and you stretch too much your legs, maybe go slightly up. Same, you don't want to feel too much stretch in your lower back, just hold it there. Relax your arms, relax your head down. And then really slowly swing side to side. And stop to the middle. You might find that you're a little bit lower than usual here. Hopefully you are. Hold it there for a few more seconds. And then slowly going up, trying to keep your knees bent all the time. Pushing your feet against the floor. Working with your spine. Slowly take your time. Make sure your arms are nice and relaxed. You want to get up into that slouch position again. You don't want to have a really high shoulders. Relax here. And I want you to take nice and deep breath in, bend both legs, reach nice and high. Exhale down. 2 more, breathe in. Exhale down, 1 more time, breathe in. Exhale down.